Good afternoon. Kevin Williams is my name. I'm a TAO in the Department of Agriculture, and I have been involved with traces for the past 32 years since it started in the EU in the late 1980s. What I'm going to deal with now in my presentation is, if you can see it on the screen, the generating of export health certificates, EHCs we have abbreviated it to, and the information that I'm going to present will be applicable to all EHCs that will be done. To access the export health certificate page, click on export health certificates in the left hand column on the Traces welcome screen when you click in, when you log into Traces. At that stage, this screen will open up in front of you. The export health certificate page can be used to access previously created health certs and to create new certificates. To create a new health certificate, click New on this page. You can see it in the bottom left-hand corner in red. It's surrounded in red. The first item necessary when creating a consignment is assigning the appropriate nomenclature code for your consignment. For exports to Great Britain, the nomenclature codes that you should assign will generally be to the 4-digit level, e.g. 0201. The full list of codes can be found in Commission Implementing Regulation EU 2020/1577 of September the 1st, 2020, amending Annex 1 to Council Regulation 2658/87. If you are aware of the code for your assignment, enter it in the free text box that is available. You can see it in the bottom of my screen here, and click Assign to proceed to the next stage. Your code can also be found in the code browser if you don't know it. In the browser, the plus symbol down here on the left-hand side the plus symbol indicates the more drop-down menus are available. Now, one thing I would like to say, as of May the 2021, 4-digit nomenclature codes will generally allow the user to select GB certificates. Selecting the certificate first. If you are aware of what GB Great Britain model certificate is required, you can select the certificate first by clicking the model drop-down menu rather than inputting the code. Once the model is chosen, all the codes that are currently available for that certificate will appear on screen. Click the code appropriate to your consignment from the options available. When the first code for the consignment is selected, you will be brought to the following page, this one here. On it, you will see for certain GB model certificates, you will be asked to select the species from which the consignment has derived. Please also ensure that the model certificate remains correct, as nomenclature codes can apply to multiple types of certificate. Once the appropriate model certificate is chosen, click Assign. If the consignment includes multiple commodity codes that are applicable to the certificate chosen, they can be added to the consignment by clicking on Assign and Add a New Code. Just here on the screen, you can see my cursor on it. When the code and the model certificate have been assigned, you will be brought to the reference page. Towards the top of the page, you will see drop-down options for references, traders, consignments, transport, and route. We would recommend that you work from left to right when doing these. Select these options to navigate through the Traces consignment pages. The reference page is used to upload CMRs, commercial documents, bills of lading, photos of seals in place, and traceability documents. The attachments are used by the certifying body to verify the details of the consignment. click Add in the attachment box here. You can see where my cursor is, and then upload the file to Traces. You may also wish to input your local reference number, invoice number, order number, etc. into box 1.2, certificate reference number. To identify your food business as the consignor on the traders page, which is the next tab going from left to right, first click Select in box 1.1 consignor up here, just there. On the search screen, select Ireland from the drop-down menu and enter your FBO's name and click Search, just here. Once you have identified your establishment among the results, click Select to add it as the consignor. Now, alternatively, you may enter IE as the ISO code from the drop-down list on the traders page, and your FBO approval number formatted as IE 3 digits, 3 numbers, EC, and click Select. For example, IE 123 EC, and click Assign. If multiple options appear when you click Assign, please ensure that you choose the establishment option on it. Do not choose the importer or anything else. Choose the establishment option. To identify your consignee, click Select in box 1.5 Consignor. On the search screen, choose United Kingdom from the drop-down menu. Enter your consignee's name and search for their details. If they are present on the system, they are added as the consignee by clicking Select from the available results, if they are not automatically input following search. If your consignee is not among the search results and needs to be added to Traces, it is done by clicking New Non-Member, just here. Click New Non-Member on the search screen. You will then be prompted to create a record of the consignee. Enter the consignee's details and please ensure that under approval numbers, the type selected is importer. That would be very important. And the row is marked as in certificate over here on the right-hand side. If the consignee does not have an approval number, their UK postal code may be entered. Once all the details have been input, click Save down here. Once your consignee is recorded to Traces, it can be assigned quickly by entering GB as the ISO code from the drop-down box and entering their approval number, clicking Assign, just here. The place of origin is automatically assigned with the same record as the consignor box. If your consignor is entered as type establishment, if the consignor is not the place of origin, you can remove the automatically assigned establishment by clicking Remove and replacing it with the correct record. So in other words, the place of origin may be different from who the consignor is. The place of destination should be automatically assigned with the same record as the consignee box if your consignee is entered as type importer. If the consignee is not in the place of destination, you can remove the automatically assigned importer by clicking Clear and replacing it with the correct record. Now, as of May 2021, there are issues on certificates, on certain certificates with box 1.2 place of destination. The suggested workaround is inputting the place of destination as type non-approved establishment if type importer does not work. If your place of destination with the type non-approved establishment is not working well, select 1.9 country of destination as United Kingdom and proceed to the consignment page. Now, before I move on to the transport page, I would like just to give a little, I've had quite a number of FBOs coming on to me, and I would recommend the following. that when you go in to put up your your consignees, put them up and do them on a draft certificate. Save the draft when you have them put up. Put up the appropriate consigner, consignee, their place of origin, place of destination. Put in a fictitious consignment, because this is only a draft. You're not going to be sending it yet. Put in a transporter, and put in on the route page, which I will be coming to shortly, the exit point, and then save it as a draft. That will be saved to the database on the Traces server overnight. And if you go in then the following day to click on, for example, a new certificate, your consignee and their place of destination will be there. Now, moving on to the transport page, I'm going to leave the consignment tab to my colleague, Gerard McCauley, who will deal with that in his next presentation in much more detail. So I have now moved on to the transport page, and this is details of the operator transporting the consignment are entered in 1.17. Now, this must be the actual transporter that's put in here, not the person, the owner of the transport. It must be the actual details of who the lorry is that must go into this. They are found by clicking select, entering their details on the transporter search page, and clicking search down here. If no record of your transporter is found on Traces, they may be added by clicking on new for EU transporters, or new non-member state for non-EU transporters. Enter the transporter's name, address, approval number, type of authorization, and means of transport, and then click Save. EU transporters must be validated by members of their competent authority. That would be very important. If you wish to add EU transporters, email traces-VPHIS-reg@agriculture.gov.ie, and the request will be validated immediately. For means of transport at 1.15, choose the type of transport used to export the consignment. The available options are, sorry about that, my apologies, are aeroplane, other, railway wagon, road vehicle / aeroplane, ship, and ship road vehicle as well. Identification, the means identifies the means of transport. This can be the vehicle registration number, the flight number, the IMO number, etc. For identification of the means of transport, it is recommended that the registration number of the lorry that is picking up the consignment from the food business organization premises is entered. However, we understand that the truck that is picking up the consignment from the Irish FBO's premises may not be the same truck that transits as the GB through the GB border control post. But if the truck number is correct on the IFES notification, it will be accepted at the BCP. If the consignment is sealed at 1.21, if the consignment is sealed, the seal number should be entered in 1.21 seal / container number. Enter the container number for the consignment. Now, as of May 2021, if ship road vehicle is chosen as the means of transport, the container number must adhere to a specific naming convention of 4 letters followed by 7 digits, e.g. XYWU 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If that convention does not apply to the container you are using, enter road vehicle in means of transport, not ship and road, as that enables you to input all text in the container number that you want to. On the transport page, the date and time of departure is the time the consignment is leaving the FBO's premises to travel to the port. The date must be entered as follows: day, month, and year. the time must be entered on the clock in a 24-hour clock format. Now, I myself am guilty of doing this. If you're putting in 1300, which would be 1 o'clock, do not put it in as 13.00. That will not be accepted. It must go in as 13.00. If you are asked to input information into responsible for transport during journey, enter the driver's name if it is known. If it's not, you just may enter driver. To enter we've now moved to the route page. To enter the EU exit point, click select in 1.32 EU exit point. Choose Ireland from the drop-down list and click search. Then select the port that your consignment will be departing from. To enter the entry point into which you're going into Britain, again, click select on the entry point. Select United Kingdom from the drop-down list and click search. Then select the port of consignment, the port of consignment into which the load is entering. For example, Port of Carnarvon in the far north. It could be Liverpool, Holyhead, Fishguard and Pembroke. They're the 5 that I can think of off the top of my head. If the consignment is leaving the island of Ireland through North of Ireland, this is very important for the food business operators, particularly in the north of the country. If the consignment is leaving the island of Ireland through Northern Ireland, select Northern Ireland from the drop-down list in 1.26, transit through member state. Click select in 1.32 EU exit point, choose Northern Ireland as the country from the drop-down list and click search. Then select the port of departure in Northern Ireland from the available results, Larne and Belfast. When all the details of the consignment have been entered, you may click submit for certification, located at the bottom of the page. You are then prompted to enter your password and to sign the consignment to submit it for certification. If you are generating multiple EHCs, you may click the box that allows you to use the same password for the subsequent signature. When you sign the certificate, you will see that the certificate has been created with a reference number. And that reference number is up here. You can see it at my cursor in this particular presentation, just here. Now, please email this reference number to your certifying body veterinary office to notify them that the consignment is ready for certification. If you have generated multiple consignments for certification, please include all certificate reference numbers for the consignments that require certification. I leave you with that now. I would like to say thank you very much. Back to Tony.